I'm in a talkative mood today. Throat chakra, it's just. Ugh. Anyway, hey people. What am I talking about? Alignment and divine assignment. Listen, we all see the memes talking about hustle hard, grind hard, hustle harder, rise and grind, hustle and flow, all of those, right? I'm getting it. I'm going to tell you from personal experience. No, I'll take the flow part, but the hustle part, sometimes you got to do that until you learn what being in alignment with the universe is. Because I will tell you, I'm an extremely lucky person, but Saggies in general are typically just lucky fucking people. Now, I'm probably even luckier than some Saggies because a long time ago, I just let go. When you see pictures and it's just, or you hear leap and the net will appear. I learned that a while ago. But when I was in business for myself, a lot of times it was kicking down doors, hustling, spending 20 hours a night. My girl Wiz can attest to this. My friends used to get so pissed off at me because I wouldn't go out or whatever. And it was just hustle. Cold calling, looking for clients, selling myself, selling my services, trying to convince people, because trying to convince people of a vision that's you can't see yet is damn near impossible. And that's another thing. If you're going to support somebody and you say you support people, are you supporting their vision or are you supporting the end product after they've cried and died over it and cried some more and whatever, all of that good stuff, right? Two totally different things. And get mad at me if you want to, but if you can't support somebody's vision without actually seeing something tangible, that's totally different than supporting somebody who actually has the product. You can do both, but most often than not, people do the latter, right? And normally it's like visionaries, investors, that kind of thing are the ones who can see the vision of a product, right? Like the people, not even on Shark Tank, they like to see stuff. But either way, I digress. So I've spent many years, so I'm only going to speak from experience, in hustle mode. Hustle mode will wear your ass out. Hustle mode will have you tired. Hustle mode will have you tired to the point where you just need a break. And then when you're self-employed and you don't have a spouse and you don't have a business loan and you don't have all that other stuff, you take a break, a week, a couple, but then that means there's more often than not, there's no money coming in because you're always working on that funnel, forever working on that funnel. Long story short, then I had an epiphany one day and I was just like, no, this is not the way the world is designed. That's part of the damn matrix, right? We're convinced that we have to forever kick down a door, sell ourselves, prove our worth. But that's part to keep us in the grind and blind and busy and robotic and not trusting our intuition, not trusting the flow, sitting still, allowing opportunities to come to you, being the alchemist of your life and the alchemist of your business. So with that being said, when people talk about the flow and walking into portals where things seem like they miraculously happened or that you miraculously or rapidly manifested something, or that things just fall into place without you even having to really lift a finger, that's being in the flow. The flow is the sweet spot of life. The flow is kind of like when you have that. And I remember a precise moment also when I was like, dang, somehow I was able to get things done in 4 hours that used to take me 40 hours to get done. And this doesn't have anything to do with the book 40-Hour Work Week, because that has to do with outsourcing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where things that you used to put on a list and check them off, and then you call somebody, they don't answer, you put them at the bottom of the list, just all of that little extra busy work that you often do, right? No, somehow the person that you're trying to reach answers the phone on the first call, or they call you first, or somebody introduces you to the exact same person that you needed at that very moment, or if your hot water pipes or the radiator burst in the house and you have a client meeting and you're stressed out because your house is flooding and you have an important client meeting, somehow miraculously that client calls and apologizes and can't make the meeting. So you don't even have to do anything and try to explain yourself. That's been in the flow. If you have found your sweet spot and you are in the flow and you realize that you don't have to hustle and sell yourself anymore, congratulations. Now, if you have not found your sweet spot and you're not in alignment with the universe, because a lot of times we hang on and we get it in our head, no, I got to do it like this because that's what the book says. And I've been doing it like this for so long, and you're hanging on to a job and you know the universe is telling you to let go and you're just still on the grind. You're probably not in alignment. You're probably having health issues. It probably seems like things just aren't going right. Some people may be thinking that they're cursed. Some people may be looking at somebody with a side eye and hating and sniding and just wishing their downfall. More often than not, it ain't really about them. It's just at some point they paid their dues, they learned the hard way, and they are in alignment. Unless, they were lucky enough to just have walked into the world with parents or something that taught them flow. That is my rant right now. Hopefully somebody gets that message. If you're thinking about starting a business, if you are in a business and you are still in that mode where you got to hustle, you're staying up late at night creating this and doing that and, doing whatever and begging people to do this for you and begging people to do that for you. No. And again, I'm speaking from fucking experience because I have done several different things in my lifetime. And when it was meant to be, it is meant to be, and the universe will clear a path for you. And I understand that it's hard to believe that because sometimes we're just like, this is too easy, right? And a lot of times, and we say that often, right? This is too good to be true. No, it's true. It's 100% true. Whoever came up with this too good to be true is a lie. They are part of, people be thinking the Illuminati is something over here. No, the Illuminati is like institutionalized education. Anything that's trying to continuously convince you that you have to continuously do things the way they always been done, no matter how many times it ain't worked out, no matter how many times you've cried and begged and whatever else and threw in the towel. If it's too good to be true, it can be true. So, hey, y'all. So, okay. So being in the flow it's scary. I'm not going to even lie to you. But you have to trust. If it's been put on your heart and the only reason that you're not doing it is because you're talking yourself out of it, that's the universe giving you a sign. Go this way, right? You kind of have to trick your mind out of this idea that you have to practice. Kind of think of yourself as like there's athletes and then there's natural born athletes, right? The child who just comes out of the womb and can throw a football however long a world record football throw is or whatever. So, hey, you super fire. So if you are feeling like you're not in the flow and things aren't flowing for you, there's something that you're going to have to let go. And it's not always a material type of thing. More often than not, it's a mindset. And one of the tricks that you can do to start getting yourself in the flow is, and I say this all the time, and it's just little simple things. It's like taking a different route to work. Like there's energetic portals all around us all the time, but we miss them often because we're in like, what do you call that? Tunnel vision. No, I'm going this way to work because I've always gone this way to work. I'm getting on this train because that's the train I always take. Or you miss that train and then you're cursing the world when the universe didn't want you to get on that train because perhaps there was somebody on that next train that could have catapulted you into another phase of your career. It could have been your soulmate or whatever. And that person or that thing can still be on that train or on that detour or whatever, but our energy and our attitude is all fucked up. So we just missed the whole opportunity, because at that point we're sitting there mad and we're on our phone texting, I can't believe I missed the train, and I missed the train because my boyfriend did this and this, and you don't even look up from your phone because you're too busy cussing everybody, and you're the opportunity of abundance is sitting over there like looking at you like, damn, she got a bad attitude. Does that make sense? Yes, kill it. Like cut it. Just get rid of that part. But you got to identify what that part is, where you're just seeing the repetition. Anything that is causing you not to have pleasure and joy and in a constant state of gratitude and bliss, to the point where you're walking around where you feel like you're always out of, like, y'all know what I'm saying. You know, that just afterglow moment, right? That is what the flow feels like. And it does feel crazy. And you know, you're going to